This report is brought to you by the Concordia Conservatory. Long before the movie High School Musical, Hollywood turned out lots of films about kids putting on their own musicals. Some of the most famous were movies from the 1930s and 40s that starred Mickey Rooney.
I've got an idea. Our folks think we're babes in arms, huh? Well, we'll show them whether we're babes in arms or not. I'm gonna write a show for us and put it on right here in Seaport.
And with the help of his friends, he'd not only write the show, but rehearse and perform it almost overnight. But that required movie magic. In the real world, creating a musical takes a lot more time and work.
All right, everybody, tonight is dress rehearsal. Woo-woo, we finally made it. We have our guitarist here tonight with us. So we're gonna get started.
This is the final rehearsal for The Monster of Guitaristan, an original musical written for the Concordia Conservatory.
Well, the story is that there's a town called Guitaristan.
Everyone plays guitar, everyone likes guitar, like that's pretty much all they listen to.
And they're all really happy, but then a monster comes.
This particular monster in our story smells really, really bad.
So bad, in fact, that he can't do what monsters are supposed to do.
He just can't scare anyone. He tries, but they're too disgusted by his smell.
Fortunately for the monster, he finally finds someone to frighten, but only because the victim can't smell very well.
He meets a little boy who has nose blindness or a cold permanently, and he's able to scare him, but he doesn't feel so good about it.
As it turns out, the boy has bigger problems than being scared by a monster. He's being bullied at school. So on the one hand, we have a student who's the victim of a bully. And on the other hand, we have a monster who really doesn't want to scare people.
They make friends, and they try to help each other through these problems, and the show ends up being about, it's kind of an anti-bullying story.
So now you know the storyline, but this report focuses on how you write a musical. We'll tell you about that when Teen Kids News returns. We'll be right back. We're continuing our report on the making of the musical, The Monster of Guitaristan.
It'd be funny if you put both your arms on them, like, yeah, I'm the tough guy of the group.
Before any rehearsal for a musical can even begin, there's a lot of work that has to first be done. So step one is coming up with the idea.
And the idea came about really accidentally. I was telling a story to my two sons, who are 6 and 3 years old, putting them to bed at night, and they liked it a lot.
It's another beautiful day in guitars. Is that gonna be too?
A common second step is finding a partner to help you. That's called collaborating. In this case, Rami reached out to Matt Van Brink. He teaches songwriting and composition at Concordia Conservatory.
So when Rami had this idea and he brought it to me, it seemed like the perfect opportunity to do something together. So I loved the idea. We definitely batted ideas back and forth, but the idea itself of a monster in the land of guitars was awesome.
Step 3 is finding a backer to help cover expenses and to provide support, as well as a location for the musical.
Hey.
Hi, how are you?
Good. Sorry I'm a little late.
So Rami and I took the idea to Kathleen Suss, the executive director of Concordia Conservatory, and she loved the idea too, and she wanted to put it on her musical Adventures for Children series.
So tell me a little about how the concept's going to come together with a guitar town and juggles, and then how you're really going to write the book and then start on the music and then with the collaboration between the two of you.
And that brings us to when the hard work really begins, composing the music and writing the song lyrics and dialogue.
I couldn't run fast, I ran lazily. When I called for the ball, it sounded nasally. When I called for the ball, it sounded nasally.
Matt and I have done a lot of shows together. Sometimes one of us is writing and the other one's doing the music, sometimes vice versa, sometimes we collaborate.
So Rami wrote the script and the music and the first version of the lyrics, then he sent it to me, I did a draft, and then I sent it back to Rami, and we went back and forth.
With the script, music, and lyrics roughed out, Rami and Matt then worked side by side to polish the production. Finally, it was time to start rehearsing.
This is your wife. This is your daughter.
Here at Concordia Conservatory, we write a lot of music for our students. Whether they're very young, age 7, or more established, older students like the ages that you'll see in this show. They're very excited about having something new written for them. Just the idea of performing something for the first time really gets them excited.
I think it's a great musical.
It's very catchy. I find myself singing, you know, You Gotta Get Clean and Guitar Stand, and I love this play.
It's for younger kids mostly, but older kids, if they come to see it, they would understand and could relate to it.
I think the message is you shouldn't ostracize anybody because everybody can have a weakness.
Everyone's different, and even though some people are more different than others, everyone has their gifts and talent.
The Monster of Guitaristan is not just a great musical, it's a great musical with a great message. For Teen Kids News, I'm Katie.